Have you ever wondered what the most powerful man in the planet eats? I'll be honest with you, after my research, I came to find out that some presidents are weird, everybody. They eat some crazy things. But other presidents are just like you and me. They love wonderful things, things that taste good. And on today's video, I'm gonna share with you my favorite ones. And to start this off, I had to have a serious conversation with someone that actually cooked for presidents. Thanks for being here, Chef Rush. How many presidents have you cooked for?
4 different presidents, 4 administrations, but I also served in the military, also went to Iraq, Afghanistan.
Wow.
So I did a lot of things. I love being over in government, but I also love feeding other people.
Amazing. Thank you for your service, Chef.
Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you. That means a lot.
Which 4 presidents did you serve?
Clinton, Bush, Obama, and Trump.
President Obama, what was his favorite dish?
Everybody likes a good burger.
Whoa.
Everybody likes a good burger. Everybody
Really?
likes a good pizza. Everybody likes, well, and
I'm so
President
surprised
Obama.
you say that. So what did he
likes-
order a burger all the
Well,
time?
he like, no, not all the time. No, I didn't say that. But you know he was famous for his chili. So he made his own chili. Plus we had the garden, so everything was healthier.
How did he like his burger? Oh, why are you laughing? Hold on. Let me stop the question. Yeah, we want to know.
Okay, medium well.
Now tell me about President Bush. What's his favorite stuff to eat?
Back down south, I mean, it's Texas.
Meat?
Yeah, it's a meat guy.
What kind?
It's barbecue, a lot of barbecue.
Really?
You know, just grill all the time.
Tell me about President Clinton.
So I'm gonna give you a secret.
Ooh, we like that.
But you know, one of the presidents is known for eating burgers. A lot.
President Trump?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Actually, President Clinton loved burgers.
Really?
Even more so.
No way.
But it wasn't socialized as it is with President Trump.
So instead of starting with President Trump, we're going all the way back to the beginning with George Washington, America's first president. And his favorite meal was whole cakes. But I like to call it hot cakes. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Now, even though this looks similar to pancakes, the taste is quite different. But to make it, it is quite simple. Into a bowl, you want to throw in some cornmeal, followed by all-purpose flour and milk. Now mix it up until you have a pancake consistency. Heat up a flat pan and immediately start to cook it. It takes no time at all as you're cooking exactly like pancakes. In the end, just serve it with some melted butter. Now this is hot cakes, President Washington's absolute favorite.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Oh, that is nice. There's a reason he was #1.
I've never had a savory pancake, and I think I'm in love.
This might be a better way to make pancakes. And it does kind of taste like a little bit like cornbread, but it also still tastes a lot like pancake. So when you have like that little combination, they kind of work together. I'm a fan.
I'm personally enjoying this texture a lot. Normally with a pancake, you have more fluffy, cakey feel to it. This one you have more of like a crumbly cornbread feel to it. It's really nice. It's a very different texture.
Even the crust, it's a lot stronger than a pancake. So it's like you get a little bit more of a bite too.
I agree with you, Angel. So whole cakes is going in S tier. President Washington was a fine man and had good taste. Next up is Thomas Jefferson. Now he loved this specific dish so much that he brought it from France and made it extremely popular here in the US. You've probably ate and made mac and cheese several times. The biggest difference is that President Thomas Jefferson did not have Kraft mac and cheese. He had the real deal. No processed cheese or cheese powder. Real cheese. The way it is supposed to be. I like to call it not the lazy version, as in the end you will have an incredible meal because mac and cheese will please everyone. And President Thomas Jefferson was definitely onto something when he said this is his favorite food. Come on now, who does not love mac and cheese?
Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
So cheesy.
The crust on the top really sets everything in motion.
My favorite thing is that it's not your regular cheddar cheese for the mac and cheese. I like the fact that it's mozzarella. It's a very mellow mac and cheese. It's not too strong.
The crust gives it that extra little bite to it. Actually, I'm having one more bite.
Hey, bro, save some for the rest of us.
Mac and cheese is always popular, but you had it, there's not much uniqueness about it, so for that reason, I'm putting it on B tier. Next up, President Abraham Lincoln. He was a beast for a few reasons besides politics. First, he was tall. By the way, I'm just 5'10". He was 6'4", the tallest president ever. I've tried to grow a beard, but he was the actual first president that had a beard. And most importantly, he was a wrestler. I tried wrestling and I got my, just watch.
Oh! Oh yeah!
There we go.
Yep, that kind of hurt, everybody. I'm not gonna lie, but let's jump into the food. President Abraham Lincoln was a fine man because this is a real meal and it is one that is worth the recipe. Of course, we're gonna start with dark meat. Thighs and drums are best. Season it with salt and pepper, then immediately into a cast iron skillet to get a nice crust. It takes no time at all once that's done. You want to remove it and using the same pan, throw in some onions, followed by garlic, mushrooms, and apples. Mix that up real good because the moisture will deglaze the pan. Deglazing just means removing what's stuck to it. To help it even more, throw in some white wine. Shake it and stir until everything that was stuck became a part of the sauce. As now you want to add in some chicken stock, followed by some heavy cream and mix. Now add some thyme and throw in all of the chicken back. Let this cook and simmer until the chicken is fully cooked. Because to finish it up, you want to throw in some parsley, and there you have it, chicken fricassee. And I'm wondering where it's gonna rank on our tier list.
Cheers, guys.
Oh yeah, super peppery.
That is not potato. It's an apple. I'm a fan.
I don't know. For me, the flavors aren't like blowing my mind or anything like that. It's an honest dish.
It's an honest dish. Honest dish.
You see, I love the old days, you know, where you eat real food. Chicken is real food, but since it was with apples, kind of weird, it's gonna go on C tier. Next, we have President Theodore Roosevelt. And did you know that teddy bear was invented because of him? Let me summarize the story. He was bear hunting, so they tied up the bear on a tree and told him to shoot it. He said, "No, that's not sportsmanlike. I'm a real man." And he loved fried chicken and gravy. And we start off with chicken thighs. And that's because it's a lot better than breast. Then into a bowl I combine some buttermilk and egg. Mix that up real good, throw in the chicken and let it marinate. This will actually make the chicken better. Believe me, I did a whole experiment on it. I also really like to season my flour well, even if it is with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Believe me, it's a lot better than just salt. Now once the chicken has been marinated, you want to go ahead and dunk it in flour and remove all of the excess. Deep fry the chicken at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You will get a nice beautiful crust and cook it all the way through. As once it's done, you want to go ahead and plate it up and make sure to add some gravy. Oh yes! But don't forget a tiny bit of black pepper. And there you have it, fried chicken and gravy. Now that sounds delicious to me.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
I can get behind this. Messy, but good.
The thing about chicken, bro, is that chicken is always so dry, right? And I know there's a drumstick, and usually the drumsticks have a little bit more moisture, but adding that gravy gives you that little extra flavor and extra moisture, which makes this really good.
There's no other way to put it.
Let them know.
I mean, we know what gravy tastes like. We know what chicken tastes like. But who doesn't like gravy on chicken? I think the way he ate his chicken speaks for itself.
The one thing I do like about this chicken, it's still crispy even though it has all that gravy.
I think I need more.
Yes, we all love fried chicken. It's something special. And I'm putting it on A tier. Next up, we got President FDR. Now, this might be the funniest story in this entire video because his personal chef actually sucked at cooking. So he just asked to make simple dishes. And his favorite dish was a grilled cheese sandwich. For the grilled cheese, I first started with a good quality butter. Believe it or not, since it's very few ingredients, every single one of them count. Same goes with the bread. Instead of using Wonder Bread, we're gonna use something nice. And most importantly, the cheese. Oh yes. The key of making a good grilled cheese sandwich is to do it nice and slow. We want the cheese to melt and at the same time get a golden brown color on that bread, getting it nice and toasty. And in the end, it should be left with something like this. Nothing is burned, golden brown, and gooey cheesy cheese. Usually served with tomato sauce, but for President Roosevelt, that's not what he liked. He just had it straight up just like this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There's nothing to like about this. It's just a grilled cheese.
But it's buttery. It's got a good crust.
You like grilled cheese?
I don't like grilled cheese. I don't like cheese at all.
Oh.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, huh?
The only thing I can say that I like about this grilled cheese is the sourdough. That's about it.
You sound like a hater.
The only thing that he likes about this is the part that's not cheese.
Look, a grilled cheese sandwich is a grilled cheese sandwich and it deserves to be on D tier. Next up, we got President Harry Truman. Unfortunately, I cannot say me and him would be best friends because his favorite dish just makes me upset. And we start off with a good quality meat, even though we are about to cook it the worst possible way. I seasoned with salt and pepper and immediately took it to a skillet. Now unfortunately, because we're going to be cooking this steak well done, you don't want to put the pan too high. If not, the steak will be burned and the inside will not be fully cooked. But nevertheless, to give us some additional flavor, I threw in some butter, thyme, and garlic. It is President Truman's favorite food, and at least for a president, we gotta try to taste good. But the results are not gonna be best. As once I was done, I added some additional butter on top, but in the end, as soon as I sliced it, take a look. I understand a lot of people still like to eat steak like this, but it is a proven fact that if you give them both a medium rare and a well done steak, everyone will always choose medium rare. But at the same time, it is President Truman's favorite. Let's see how this one is gonna rank.
Bro, that's a crime.
Dude, imagine having a presidential chef and having him make you cardboard steak.
That is sad. There's no juice, there's no nothing
Bro,
to this.
that is horrible. You guys ready?
No.
No?
Well, we're gonna eat it anyways. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
I feel like crying. This is like a disservice to steak.
It's very dry. There's no juice that comes out of this at all. The crust is like really pronounced, but like that's the only good thing about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of chewing going on. Cooking your steak well done does change the flavor profile of the steak compared to like a medium rare. Like the flavor is a little bit different.
Who am I to judge? The most powerful men in the planet love well done steak. Look, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and I'm gonna put that one on F tier. And that's because Z tier doesn't exist. Next, we got President Eisenhower. He loved golf so much, he banished all the squirrels to make sure that his golf did not get messed up. It was ruining his putting green, and his favorite dish was $1 million fudge. This one will eliminate everyone's sweet craving. First, into a pot, you want to throw in a generous amount of sugar, followed by butter, and also a whole can of evaporated milk. Now, the key is to stir this and let it melt nice and slow. It's gonna take some time, and the smell that is coming out of this thing is amazing. Now, into a separate bowl, I threw in some pecans, followed by chocolate chips, some marshmallow cream, and the mix we previously made. Now, you want to combine all of these ingredients together, and most importantly, melt that chocolate. Once it is nicely melted, you want to pour the whole thing into a baking sheet. Just make sure you have some parchment paper down. If not, it's just not going to be as easy. Now add some pecans on top and let the whole thing set. As once it's nice and firm, all you gotta do is cut it up and serve. And this is what you're left with. $1 million fudge. If you have a sweet tooth, this will make you very happy.
It's a plate of doo-doo.
That does not look appetizing at all.
It smells actually really good though. There's nothing more to do it than to do it, huh? Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, that money.
It's so chocolatey. It is very chocolatey.
Oh my God. I completely disagree.
This is amazing.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
If I needed something sweet, this is what I'm gonna eat. Nah, bro, I don't like, the thing is I don't like sweets. I like salt, I like salty food. So this to me is not my thing.
Leo doesn't like sweet, but it's not one of those sweets where it's repugnant. It's enjoyable.
Because his favorite food was a dessert, I don't think he was the healthiest guy or had the best taste either, to be honest.
I think he had great taste.
Look, in all fairness, I am not a pastry chef. I don't cook a lot of sweets, so yes, it looked a little sus. But it tasted good, that's all that matters, and it's going on B tier. Next, we got President John F. Kennedy, the youngest president ever elected, and also the richest at that time, because now we got President Trump. But President JFK had a very interesting palate. This might not be popular with most people, but if you do it right, it is quite delicious. You first want to start with a generous amount of butter. Let that melt nice and slow, then immediately throw in some celery, followed by onions. Cook that up just for a little bit, as you don't want anything to brown, so go ahead and add some all-purpose flour. After stirring it, you want to throw in some cold milk. You want to mix it well and you don't want to let anything get stuck on the bottom. Then throw in some clam juice and keep mixing. It will start thickening up on you real quick. For the seasoning, I went with some salt and pepper. And as you mix, now is the time for you to get the consistency that you want. You do that by adjusting the amount of milk. Add little by little. Once you brought it to a simmer, then you want to throw in some potatoes. Right towards the end, you want to throw in your fish. As now, since the chowder is so hot, it will fully cook the fish. And this is President John F. Kennedy's favorite dish. Since it's not a very popular dish, I wonder where it's going to rank.
I'm excited. I love this stuff.
You're excited?
I'm excited.
Well, at least that's one of us that's excited, you know?
Enough talking. Cheers.
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 No, that's the good stuff right there. Well, this is fire.
That was actually freaking delicious. I like how savory it is.
By the way, this is not clam chowder. This is more in the fish section, probably cod or tilapia of some sort.
It does have a strong fish flavor though.
Strong, yeah.
And super creamy with all the little veggies inside.
What do you think, Angel?
This is not my thing at all. I would not eat this here or there. I would not eat this anywhere, like green eggs and ham. This is not it for me. I'm trying to keep it PG, but...
Nah, I mess with this. This is fire.
You like that?
No, this is really good.
Yo! You're double dipping.
Hey, no double dipping, but the fish chowder was pretty good, and for that reason, it's gonna go on B tier. Next up, we got President Lyndon B. Johnson. His dish is right up my alley.
And we start off with good old ribeyes. These are choice grade and have great marbling on them. For the flour, you want to make sure that it is seasoned properly. I like to go with black pepper, garlic powder, and salt. Mix it up real good and it is now ready. Now into a bowl, throw in some buttermilk. Then let your steak soak right in there. The longer you leave your steak in there, the more it will tenderize. I say give it about 30 minutes. That's good enough, especially for ribeyes, as once that's done, you want to pass it to the breading process. First into the seasoned flour, followed by the egg wash and breadcrumbs. Make sure to coat this thing nicely, as then you throw it into a 350 degrees Fahrenheit oil. Let it fully cook and get a nice golden brown color. In the end, serve it with some mashed potato and that beautiful steak that was just cooked. Of course, followed by some gravy. I really have a feeling that this one will rank quite high, but let's see.
Well, cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
That boy Mr. Johnson knows a thing or two.
Lyndon be eating real good.
The crust on the steak is incredibly delicious. It's crunchy. It's a really nice complement to the super tender meat inside. It's amazing.
Yeah, this is real good.
Of course it is good, everybody. What did you expect? Chicken fried steak. I mean, one of my favorite things, and it is amazing. And for that reason, can you see the excitement? It's gonna go on God tier. Yep, a new tier was created just for this one. Next, President Richard Nixon. He welcomed the historic moon landing crew, and most importantly, made the biggest dinner in White House history to welcome home American war prisoners. I'm not quite sure what they serve on that dinner, as I really hope is not what you are about to see.
This is as simple as it gets to make, because you first need some cottage cheese. But then, things get really awkward, as right on top goes some ketchup. Oh yes. I mean, I've heard of cottage cheese and honey, but cottage cheese and ketchup? Oh boy. President Nixon, what is this all about?
Richard Nixon. Let's see what he likes.
What the
What is that?
Baby vomit with ketchup.
This does not look appetizing whatsoever, guys.
What is this, bro? Ooh, it's clumpy. Is this some type of cheese or something?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh. Wait,
No.
No.
for real? It's so strange.
No.
The first thing you get is that bite of sweetness from the ketchup, and then that cottage cheese flavor comes in after. Weird at first, but kind of not that bad.
I will say it's not as bad as that every meat Wellington that we ate, but it's pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend. You can tell he grew up in the Great Depression because that is some depressing food.
Damn, bro. Jesus.
David is ruthless. Wow. Oof. But I understand this one has no choice but to go on F tier. Next up, we got President Gerald Ford. He could have played in the NFL, and it makes sense because his favorite dish is full of protein.
Now for a pot roast, you gotta start first with the beef. You don't need something expensive, as it's gonna cook for quite some time. Season it with salt, pepper, but also throw in some flour. Oh yes, as once you're getting a nice crust on the pan, it will help thicken up your pot roast. And of course, as you're cooking your vegetables, make sure to deglaze that pan using a good quality wine. As if you're gonna make your pot roast at home, you wanna make sure that it's nice and flavorful. As in the end, you should be having something like this. More meat than vegetables. We all know that's a lot better. I have a feeling this one is gonna do quite well. I mean, take a look at it.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Everything is so soft. The meat, the potatoes.
The flavor is so strong. You could taste everything in here. It's so good.
The meat, the potatoes are slathered in that sauce. That's such a nice, delicious coating of oil and flavor that make this thing taste freaking delicious, bro. Wow.
Feels like one of your parents made this for you on a cold day, you know?
Yep, it's like a nice home meal. I'm gonna put this one on B tier. Next, President Jimmy Carter. He won 3 Grammy Awards and he was the first president to ever be on Saturday Night Live. And his dish is real Southern.
This one can be a hit or miss depending who you ask. But to make it, it's quite simple. You first start with a generous amount of milk, followed by some cheese. Mix everything well until the cheese is fully dissolved, as then you want to throw in your grits. You want to go ahead and cook it fully, as once that's done, that's all there is to it. Grits, President Jimmy Carter's favorite food. Make sure you add a tiny bit of butter on top, as once it's melted, it is magical. Like I said, usually this is a hit or miss.
Cheers.
Yep, texture. Flavor's good, texture's not. It's like soggy sand.
Doesn't taste like nothing. This tasted like just the butter on top.
We gotta do this. We gotta eat grits the right way. Some hot sauce.
It's creamy, it's buttery, but it's not good.
I will say it's weird that's a little bit creamy. My grits aren't usually this creamy, milky. I don't know what to call it, but it's alright.
You know, I understand it's not popular with everyone. I enjoyed it, but since not many people do, it's gonna go on D tier. Next, we got President Ronald Reagan, and this one is gonna definitely shock you because it shocked me.
As this is his favorite food, jelly beans. There's not a lot of cooking involved. Actually, there's no cooking at all. And his favorite flavor was this one, licorice. I'm not quite sure where this one is gonna rank, but let's find out.
Cheers.
Cheers. I got strawberry, so I'm good.
Got strawberry?
Yeah.
For them to be your favorite dish is a little bit weird. There's not much to say here, guys. It's candy, it's jelly beans. Everyone's tried it. There's a bunch of different flavors. Unfortunately, there's no steak flavored jelly bean here.
That would have been disgusting.
I got the next GUGAFOODS idea coming right up.
No. What? No, that's gonna be so bad.
Nah. We're not doing experiments with jelly beans. This one deserves to go on F tier. Now, President George Bush. His is actually kinda different.
You first want to start with a good quality chicharrón, also known as pork rinds. But you're not going to have it by itself. You got to throw in a generous amount of hot sauce. Oh yes. Now this is my kind of snack, because President George Bush would devour this like there's no tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers. That is spicy.
It is very spicy.
I like it.
I don't think it's bad. I like pork rinds. I like hot sauce, but I think it's too spicy for it.
I can't taste any pork in there. I taste
No, it's just pure hot
spicy,
sauce.
yeah.
Hey, to me, it tastes great. Still got a little bit of that pork and some of that hot sauce. It screams Texas to me, and I'm all for it.
I 100% agree. One of my favorite snacks, everybody. I'm putting it on C tier. Next, President Bill Clinton. And he loves his women. Yes, he does.
Like Chef Rush said in the beginning of this video, everyone loves a good burger, but Bill Clinton liked his a little bit spicy, with some jalapeno. Oh yes, he did. And there's nothing wrong with that, because let's be honest, a burger will always beat other weird things presidents eat. And this one seemed a lot more normal to me.
Cheers. Cheers. I'm very happy with this. From some of the other random crazy things that we've tried, this is like a nice, pleasant surprise. It tastes good. Tastes like a good burger with some jalapenos. Not too hot. This is freaking delicious. Yeah, out of most of the favorite foods we've seen today, this is one of the more acceptable ones. Yeah.
It's pretty good. With the jalapeno, it's not too spicy. A cheeseburger with jalapenos, not too bad. Better than jelly beans.
Can't believe you guys had jelly beans. Yeah, man, I guess that's good for burgers, but like Bill, we're out of here early, man.
Look, if you can't take a joke, I don't know what to tell you because we're just joking around. But this burger is gonna go on B tier. Next, President George W. Bush. He loved pizza, but not any kind of pizza.
This one is straight to the point. After adding some tomato sauce, you want to go with mozzarella and cheddar cheese. Instead of adding cooked hamburger, I just added some pieces of ground beef. Now a few pieces of pickles on top, and into the oven it goes. As in the end, check it out. We're left with cheeseburger pizza. Italians look away now. Even though this is not Italian approved, it is approved by President Bush.
Cheers. Cheers. It's not bad.
Definitely unique.
Very cheesy. Pickle has a nice little acidity to it. It's not bad.
It tastes exactly how it sounds. A burger on a pizza.
Super greasy as well.
Oh yeah.
I think the only thing that's off is that it still has tomato sauce on it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing throwing me off.
Italians might not approve, but this one is going on B tier. Now, President Barack Obama. Maybe the healthiest president, and he loved broccoli. Who likes broccoli? However, he also enjoyed nachos.
My favorite kind of nachos is loaded nachos. And you definitely want to have some beans, followed by pico de gallo. You can't have nachos without cheese sauce, a generous amount, some jalapeno slices for flavor and spiciness, and of course, guacamole. Now, even though he also loved broccoli, I have a feeling this one is a lot better than that.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
Who the hell stuck the broccoli to the nachos?
Brock.
I guess let's try this broccoli.
Ba-dum.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh God, nachos great. Broccoli, no bueno.
Nacho is good. That meat is a bit spicy. I don't know if it's the meat or the cheese. Something in there is kicking right now.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a little bit of the cheese, but then you got the freshness of the guac to like mellow everything down. And you got a little bit of jalapenos on it. It's amazing. Keep broccoli away from nachos.
The next president approves this message.
And he's gonna approve it because nachos are gonna go on A tier and broccoli on F tier. Next, President Donald Trump, the wealthiest president in US history. And he's just like you and me because
President Trump loves fast food, including Diet Coke, pizza, and of course McDonald's. From the good old Filet-O-Fish to the Big Mac, he likes it all. And of course we can't forget about pizza. And there's nothing wrong with that. He just really enjoys fast food. I'm wondering where this one is gonna rank on our tier list.
Like he says, I'm the healthiest president that's ever been. I am the pinnacle of health. I guess just grab whatever you want. I kind of want a pizza.
Pass me that Big Mac, brother.
There we go.
And then we get to wash it down with a DC. Listen.
I'm about to give you guys a public service announcement. Cheers.
Cheers. USA.
Everyone watching this video knows what this stuff tastes like. You know what a Big Mac, a Filet-O-Fish, and what is this? Domino's pizza tastes like. It's freaking good. It's freaking greasy and it's not good for you. But that's why you have the Diet Coke.
USA.
I'll be honest with you, fast food is not the healthiest, but sometimes it just hits different. And we all love it. I don't care what anyone says. I'm putting it on A tier. Next, we got President Joe Biden, and some of his staff says that he has a taste of a 5-year-old. He said, I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I eat a lot of ice cream.
Specifically, he loved this one, vanilla chocolate chip. Now, I love ice cream too, and I think everyone in the planet does. However, it is not my favorite food. I much rather a steak. But since ice cream is extremely popular, the question is, where is this one gonna rank on our tier list?
Next up, Joe Biden.
Oh.
Chocolate chip, baby.
I don't know what I expected, but
Cheers.
cheers.
It's actually a pretty good flavor too.
That is pretty good.
This is fire.
Yeah, I'm a cookie dough kind of guy, but this will do.
I mean, all in all, it's ice cream. You got the sweetness of the vanilla and then the chocolate chips. That's
Yeah,
literally-
for the crunch.
I probably should have taken a lactate before this.
This is tasty as hell. I don't even want to keep talking.
Yeah, this is actually really good. We actually have the tub. I want the tub.
Everybody loves ice cream. It might not be my #1 choice as favorite food, but I'll put it on A tier, as it's loved by everyone. And this is my tier list. And of course, the God level was a steak. Were you surprised? I know I wasn't. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite president and least favorite. And their food, of course. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.